the 3,000 meters final for women. America challenges the might of the Soviet Union, who have dominated this event since it's been in international athletics only in the last few years. The world record standing to Svetlana Ulmasova, and she's running in this race. With 2 laps to go, it's Mary Decker that's led from the start, and the American girl has thrown down the gauntlet to her Russian challengers, and she's got Wendy Sly of Great Britain following up. And look at these girls being left behind by the spirited pace of the American girl, Mary Decker. New Zealand girl bringing up the rear there. Mary Decker, who started her international career in athletics as a 15-year-old, running for America against the Soviet Union. And she always took them on, and she's been a great front runner. Not only has she won every race that she's run in this season, she's never been headed. She's run them all from the front. But I tell you now that Tatiana Kazankina, who was the 1976 Olympic Games 800-meter and 1500-meter champion, as well as the 1980 Olympic Games champion at 1500 meters, she's the girl in third, the gaunt Russian girl who wears 4.51. And her sprint finish is to be feared. 1:77 there, Jane Furness coming up. But these are the tail-enders who stand no chance now. Still the American girl leads. Wendy Sly of Great Britain. Kazankina is third. Ulmasova is fourth. And then we've got the Italian girl, who is Agnese Possamai, in blue, running on the outside. 1:50 is Brigitte Kraus, the tall West German girl, who was the 1976 and 1983 European Indoor 1500-meter champion. So she's got sprinting speed as well. Now they've taken the bell, and Mary Decker is stretching them. She's making them run particularly hard. And they're going to have to go. Mary Decker getting away. And where's the challenge from the Soviet Union? Tatiana Kazankina coming onto her shoulder now. Brigitte Kraus is in third. Wendy Sly is in fourth. Possamai is in fifth. And the other Russian girl, the world record holder, Ulmasova, can't get back, but she's trying to at 4.72, running wide. The Russian girl comes on the American girl's shoulder. The West German girl comes up, and the other three are lost. These are the 3 medal winners, but the American girl is going to run it from the front and is going to win it from the front. That is truly remarkable. And the West German girl gets second, and the 3 times Olympic champion has to settle for third. And what a marvelous, spirited piece of front running. She is so admired around the world by the men as well as the women. She throws the challenge out every time, and she won the race from the front. And the crowd love her for that. 8:34.62 her time. Mary Decker takes the World Championship for the United States of America. And look at that, the Soviet Union, third and fourth. Three heats of the 5,000 meters, which is really a logistic exercise for those who prepared the program, because of a not very large field, only 8 have to qualify in each of 3 heats, plus 6 fastest losers. Now that means the whole of that pack could qualify. There's some very good names there, but they don't have to run flat out. They've got just over a lap to go, and you'll recognize some pretty well-known names in this. Rifle of Switzerland takes the bell, going past one of the tail-enders. And we've got in there Bulta of Ethiopia. Vessinghager's in that pack for West Germany. He's running just at the back. The doctor, Eamon Martin, wearing the green, of Ireland. Chariot of Kenya is in there. And one of the Soviet runners, Krukmaliuk, wearing 8.33. Riffle, and there's an American, Padilla. Remember, it's only 8 to qualify. Eamon Martin of Great Britain in second place. Eamon Martin on the shoulder of Marcus Riffle. And then we've got coming up Bulta of Ethiopia. He's going to qualify. Eamon Martin running well, having a chat with Riffle. They looked across to find that Bulta's qualified. So too is Vessinghager. So too is Antibo of Italy, and Chariot of Kenya, and Padilla of the United States, along with Krok Maliuk. Not very fast. It didn't have to be fast. It was a qualification, and they've still got a semi-final to go. With 1.5 laps to go in the second heat, there's a leader way out in front. It's Paul Kipkoech of Kenya. Now this group have spread out. They too know that only 8 have to qualify. And we've got Bakouche of Tunisia and Julian Gota of Great Britain. They're second and third at the moment. This man keeping out of trouble, the Kenyan, who was third in the Kenyan Championships. There's Julian Gota. And with him is Bakouche of Tunisia. Then 644, Leitao of Portugal. And that's one of the tail enders from the Turks and Caicos Islands. It's Alden Morris, whose personal best time is only 17.5 minutes, and so he's got an awful lot of work to do. There's an interesting man, Werner Schildauer. Schildauer, of course, who came second in the 10,000 meters and will be one of the qualifiers. He was running with a Costa Rican athlete there, Campus Lanzoni. Well spread out around the field. Another tail ender coming around. The time is going to be slow. It doesn't have to be fast, but this is the leader. And it's the Kenyan who's kept out of trouble, Paul Kipkoech. He's 25 years of age. Again, not very fast. He eases himself to the line. Coming up is Bakouche and Julian Gota. Then Leitao, just crossing the line now. Leitao of Portugal. Dimitrov of the Soviet Union, another of the qualifiers. Lanzoni and Schildauer, they'll all make it, along with Jim Hill of the United States, who'll go through to semi-finals. And now with 2 laps to go, the third of the heats of the 5,000 meters. That's the lineup, some big names there. Again, they're looking to see whether they can take an easy ride and have a gentle run. For to run 3 times 5,000 meters in one championship is rather a lot. And I mentioned Eamon Coghlan before. In fact, he's in this heat. He wears 442. Eamon Coghlan in the green of Ireland. I thought I saw him in an earlier heat. Now, Abramov of the Soviet Union is here, and Garcia of Spain, Milanic of Austria. The Ethiopian we can see is Nagatu, lying about 4th. David Clark of Great Britain is first. David Clark in 3rd, behind wearing 807 is Abramov, and wearing 138 there, Paul Williams of Canada. Williams holding the bend, Abramov, and now Eamon Coghlan, who runs so well on the boards in America, is a brilliant miler, has chosen to run in the 5,000 meters, he too in this pack. Now only 8 get through, and there's rather more than 8 there, so some have got to get dropped, and this is turning out to be a tougher qualification than the other 2 heats. Still the Canadian, Paul Williams. Now Eamon Coghlan goes past him and takes the lead, and goes past the very experienced Russian Abramov. And coming up too is Nagatu of Ethiopia, one of their very good cross-country runners, and suddenly they're having a run with 200 meters to go. Nagatu is coming through. Abramov is chasing him. So too is Eamon Coghlan. David Clark is up there, running wide, blonde-haired. Milanic of Austria in the run for home. And Jim Spivey of America. Remember, it's 8. And it's Abramov, it's Nagatu, it's Milanic of Austria there. 4 was Coghlan. 5, you can see, is David Clark. 6 is Garcia of Spain. 7th, Paul Williams of Canada. And Jim Spivey, too, may make it to the semi-finals. Qualifiers.